Hi everyone, welcome to another episode from Miracle Comics. My name is Steve Mortensen, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about what a lot of people are talking about is the comic book Dork. Here's a cover. So it came out a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of hype about it because from the time it came out, it jumped from the newsstands to directly to the secondary market, selling for as high as $90. I have to admit that I missed it from the get go, and I had to pay a premium on eBay for my copy, and I just went ahead and did that to speculate and have a little fun. Got a chance to read the comic, and I actually found it to be a fun read, and yet to be determined whether it's going to live up to the hype from a monetary standpoint. For those of you who haven't read it, it's about a dwarf slash orc character that is sort of the harbinger of the end of the world, or at least everyone thinks he is, and he's kind of this funny character that has this little sidekick shield, sort of looks like an egg, and is the comedy relief of the story. They go through a couple of series of fights, and at the end, the dark side and the light side, which he's supposedly made by with the two different orc and dwarf sides of him, are coming together to go try to find him. So I thought it was fun. Right now, I couldn't find any information on GP analysis of the sale of the comic, and that's partly because these books are probably being sent just to CGC, and they're only a couple weeks in. As you know, CGC is running just, I don't know if behind is the right word, but it's just really taken a long time. For those of you who are getting your comics pressed, modern books are taking 67 business days, and then if you couple that with a CGC submission, then you're looking at an additional 40 days. So for a book like this, maybe not necessary to submit it through pressing, but depends on how much time you want to wait for it. If you went right to a modern fast track, you're looking at 20 days, and probably a lot of people who pre-ordered this book are doing that. I saw some pre-orders for about $230 on eBay, and a few people did that. I remember back in the day, I was one of the first dealers to actually do pre-orders, and this was back in like 2004, 2005, and gosh, we weren't getting much more than about $40 a pre-order, but we were also submitting a reading copy too, and did have a substantial amount of customers. But anyway, that's long story. I went on to do other things, working in tech and stuff, and but I had always been selling comics. So this week I have some auction books. I just thought I would showcase those. These are on miraclecomics.com, and that goes right to my eBay store where you can place bids. So I have a 8-ball number 7, hard series to find in high grade. Great independent book. I have a few different issues of not of this particular issue, but I have a few different issues from the series that are up right now. Not all of them are 9/8, but that's one copy. I have a Marvel Tales number 1, a first appearance of Peter Porker, 9/8 copy, really nice. Used to be a little more hyped up than it is now when he appeared in the Spider-Verse. Great Copper Age title that reprints some Neil Adams books from Batman series. I don't see this book hardly at all, so this is sort of a rare find. Not really an expensive book, but depending on number of bidders are on this, it might get up there to $100. I'm hoping so. Got a respectable grade on first appearance of Gambit, 9.2, solid copy, really nice case. Affordable for those who want to get kind of an intro copy to this book. Tales of Teen Titans number 44, first appearance of Nightwing, 9.6 copy, really great. this book is starting to pick up a little bit on the secondary market, and it's, in 9.6, it's probably going to go for a really good price. And lastly, I have a copy of Secret Wars number 8, 9.4 copy. Again, sort of an intro collector copy. It'll still probably sell in the couple $100 range. With the new Secret Wars movie coming out, and whether or not black costume's going to be in that or not will be interesting to see. I remember when this comic came out, and a lot of speculation from the young collectors of just like, oh, did this come out first? Did Amazing Spider-Man 252 came out first? Well, I was there during when it came out at the comic book stores, and I can tell you that 252 came out first, and it was very similar to Dork, where it went from the comic book store newsstand to straight to the wall books within like a week, and it was already selling for like, at the time, I want to say like $25 to $35, which was a lot back then because I bought my Iron Man 1 for $35 back in the day during that same time. So, yeah, this going on with Dork has been a common thing in all of comics. I know there's another title called White Sky that I might talk about next week. Similar thing, going from the newsstand right to the secondary market. I think it makes comics fun. Other people might have different opinions. Feel free to leave a comment or say something you like about or don't like about the secondary market. I think it just makes things in the comic book industry interesting, and I think the hype is good for collectors. So that's all that I have this week. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll try to do another one and show you what we have going on next week in our auctions. Bye.